wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the inside linebackers group and how they're progressing now that you guys have the full pads on, and I assume that's when you start to learn a little bit more about those guys.
I feel good about the entirety of the group. Davin, has played a lot of football for us. He's been, this is his third year, so he's starting to, he understands our defense extremely well. Alex has played much better. Feel like Alex is much more comfortable than he was a year ago, moving from outside to inside. So I think it's, really starting to come together for him. He's starting to put things together. He's played, well throughout camp. Then you got Antoine Smith, another really talented young player, starting to, come into his own. Tremendous athlete. Learning how to play, at this level is takes a little bit of time, but really, he may be one of the most improved players from the spring into where we're at right now. So been happy with him. Grant Gottfried, and then Landon Watson. So we have 5 guys that, we'll lean on throughout the course of the year, and, we're going to need all 5 at some point. We've gone through 4 linebackers the last 2 years. I think we've split almost 50-50 with the 1s and the 2s. So, feel good. Landon's a very experienced big body in there. And then Grant's going into his, 3rd year. Mm-hmm. And he's starting to, it's really starting to fall into place for him. So as a group, I think it's going to be a collective group. They're all a little bit different, but all extremely intelligent and really starting to play well in the defense.
You touched on it there momentarily, but a lot of athleticism in that group. On the flip side, do you think they have the bulk?
That's the thing. In this league, the size of the people, the velocity that we play at, the competition we play, you have to, and that's why you have to have good depth as well. So I feel like we've added, some bulk at certain positions inside. But guys got a different style. They play a different style, all of them too. So again, it's going to be, it'll be a committee, and we're going to need all of them.
The way the game is played these days, and a lot of the SEC teams, especially the way they spread you out and that sort of thing, is it kind of a necessity to lean more towards that athleticism?
That's kind of the give and take you have. The game is much more sideline to sideline, so you need that athleticism. It's extremely difficult to find a guy that can be big, fast, physical, and still play in space. So there's, each player has their own strengths and weaknesses, and within their own game, they have to tailor it around what what those are. And I think our players understand, how to play, what style of game each one plays. And if you're not as athletic as somebody else, you better get yourself in position, and you better be faster getting there. And, you got to be able to compensate, different ways like that.
One of the things that Brad mentioned to us with Landon is that he had really good tape, he thought, when you guys looked at him in the portal.
Very natural linebacker, instincts, picks things well up, very intelligent. And that's the other thing. All of our guys are very smart. We do a lot of things within the scheme of our defense, and they've all picked it up. And Landon, you can see his experiences, going into his 5th year. You can see he's played a lot of football and has picked up things well.
Brad thought this might have been his best day since getting here.
Well, he's, each day I think they get a little bit better, and that's what you hope for. I think he's gaining confidence within our scheme, and, he knows, where he needs to be, and he's learning how to get there much quicker, and that bodes well for him being able to help us make plays.
One more quick note about Antoine Smith. You had mentioned him. What are the things that has you guys real excited about his
He's just
future?
Very athletic, great speed and athleticism in space, and he has length. All of them have length. If you look at them, they're all 6'2" or better, for the most part. Landon may be the shortest at 6'1". So, all of them have great length, and the will linebackers have to be athletic, a little more athletic than the Mikes, and Antoine certainly, fits into that. He's gotten bigger and stronger, from year 1 to year 2, and I think, the sky's the limit for the guy. He could be a tremendous player.
Where does that length come into play at your position. It makes sense that some others, when they talk about it with corners or
Pardon me?
defensive ends, the length that you
Well,
spoke
the
of.
length takes up space on the field, whether it's this, reaching. As a linebacker, we look for great length in our players, just so, they have reach. You're always running to catch someone. You're jumping to get the ball over tip. I mean, so you want to have length all over the field. I was listening to Coach Freeze talk about, just size and length and girth. I mean, you have to have it in this league, and it just takes up a lot of field space when you have guys that are big and long.
I got 2 questions for you. A little bit smaller this year at the
little
linebacker
bit,
position.
yeah.
Is that? It seems though you like guys that can go hash to hash or sideline to sideline.
Well,
right?
I think there's a trade-off always. I think, you give up some athleticism for bulkier guys. You don't want to have 2 of them out there maybe at the same time. So you want to have, we want to have speed and athleticism as long as size and bulk as well. I mean, you'd love to have it all. And if you don't, then, each guy has to tailor their game around their strengths and weaknesses. And that's, each of them have that. Alex is becoming a very prototypical linebacker. He's, 200, maybe 27, 28 pounds. He's 6'2", so that's you're close. Antoine's getting there. So, and then the Mikes are all, big. Davron's, he's an anomaly. He has a unique style that he plays with. But when he's played, he's been one of our most productive players, and he just knows how to play, this way, and it's a little unorthodox at times, lacks some of the physicality that you want as an inside backer, but he knows how to make plays, and he knows how to, get through traffic, and that's a big part of it.